In this episode of 427 Motorsports, we're just going to give you a quick update on what we've decided to do and what we have with the BMW Isetta. So the main difference is, as you can see here, we now have the frame on a bench. As you can see, I think we are going to be keeping the Isetta. The deal didn't happen, so it's ours now, again, still. That's a very old school way of lifting the bench. How would that have been lifted before that? Yeah, but surely there would have been like some hydraulic rams or something on it.
It was made to take it back.
Oh. Oh, that makes sense. So now we're beginning to assess all the parts that we have. As you can see by the engine on the bench, we'll get into that in a second. We're going to start stripping down the frame, and then we're going to go and get it powder or sand or something blasted to see what we have left. But first, that involves taking off everything that's there. So we have these trays here, and between that one and the other one poking around the corner, we hope to have the makings of one good engine. So this is one of our engines. Is this the main one that we're going to use?
That's the main one.
That's the main one, okay. And then this is a parts one, and that looks to be a burr block. Yeah, I think that's a burr block. So we're going to take all of these apart and try and make one good engine out of this one.
The reason this one has been reboarded sometimes is because of 75 plus ball and piston. They're normally 70, I think the 72, that's a 75.
So instead of about 10 horsepower, we might have 10 and a half.
No. Plus, judging by the oil around this, the seal's possibly gone in the clutch. So I've got 2 new seals for it. That's 2 new seals to put into that.
Compare that one, you can actually see. Oh, that's how you've taken that out, is it? Right. Gotcha.
They're not old, they'd be hard and wouldn't.
Yeah, no, we had the same problem with my Impreza.
And this is the magneto we're putting in. The magneto that was in it was damaged. I've damaged it a bit more taking it out. But like, it was already damaged. So hopefully all of these pieces, I got basically
Just seized, really, isn't it?
or seized, rusted up, but you never know, you might need these pieces sometime.
You might be able to do something with them.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll all be used. There's a clutch in that which might be alright. All the main cables are gone. There's a speedo cable which I think is nearly £70, and all the other cables are going to around about 30 odd pound each. They're not normal because they've got metal pipings in them.
As you can see here, they go through the frame, and they probably have the metal piping to reinforce it against the frame so it doesn't...
Well, they come with the new cable.
Right, so we'll just take these off and replace, forget about it.
Where I would normally make my own cables, I've got special ends on these. That you can't, they're not just like ordinary.
They're not generic.
Not ordinary nipples that you put on the end, or you can put new ones on. So,
yeah. Fair enough.
Bits of things, like the lax of bits of this broke. That came off the good engine, but I've got plenty of spare
Any
ones.
spurs that we can clean up and do something with.
Hopefully that will be. I've got a set of gaskets. That will be built up hopefully for the end of the week. We're missing a cowl off this, which I've got one off eBay. I don't know what I give a tenner for it.
Has it arrived yet?
No, it'll arrive in the hopefully next.
That'll be after Christmas then.
Well, maybe, you never know.
I doubt it.
Let's see how it goes.
So where does that actually go in relation on this?
Round here, there's the mountain. Where we actually just go down this.
Ah, okay.
And then she connects to the gearbox here through this drive.
Do the bikes have that as well?
No, they don't have a.
I feel like I've seen one of them before on something.
It's on the bond.
Oh, that's where I've seen it on the
Yeah,
bottom. Right,
donuts
okay.
on the bond. It's quite common to get donuts on them. Now that's all solid, so it could be a number of things wrong. But that there, even though it looks good, that'll probably
It'll perish and disintegrate as you start to use it.
This way has covered the back spring
With tape?
with tape. It's done thing to keep it right, but sometimes it depends on what's in that.
Odd.
Yeah, but
It's like a big leaf spring.
Yeah, you put papers on that to preserve it, but
It clearly hasn't worked. Mummification didn't go too well.
and that needs to be checked to see if it. But I've seen them plentiful on eBay, so they are.
Yeah.
Which one? I don't know how good or how bad that is. But people talk about sandblasting the next that. That shouldn't really be sandblasted.
Shouldn't.
No, because the problem with sandblasting now is getting rid of the sand out of it.
Between the ridges.
Really rigid, and what will happen is, same spoke wheels, you shouldn't sandblast the spoke wheel, because where the nipples come in, the sand stays in there. You can't always get it, and it just grinds away. Yeah, it's like sand with sandpaper.
Yeah.
So really, that's theoretically
Should just be replaced.
no, sandblasted.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
You can't sample it, but it takes enough for cleaning afterwards.
As you can see, we're going to need new tyres. It goes without saying. The wheels, though, I think we're just going to blast them, are we?
Yeah. There. It might be alright. You got to check all and just see what's right. And chassis wise is very sound.
Yeah. It's one of those things, if we send it away to get blasted, there will be something left at the end of it.
Yeah. Somebody has cleaned it sometimes. Put that upside on it. No, basically you should. Every brake pipe's gone, but that's easy. So.
You would put new brake stuff on anyway.
Joint would need to probably put new track rod ends on there, like I said. But
Yeah, looks it.
I think the wheel was going, but not it's only the tire.
As for the actual body then, talk us through, what are we going to need panels wise? Oh yeah, the door's on it now. The door wasn't on it in the last video, so it looks a bit more like an Isetta now.
He's sitting on. I took the dents out of the door.
Where were they? Here?
Yeah, in the middle.
Oh yeah, you can see the holes.
That was there to pull them out.
Yeah.
And there's dents in the door.
See it now. You nearly wouldn't see it with the camouflage of the rust, but...
Just stood on the door.
Did you?
Yeah, took it out. May need just what do you call it? Wheel arches.
Yeah.
Each corner I think is £25. The floor pan I think is 200 something pound. Basically about £400 or £500.
In panels. Yeah.
And she's definitely sound.
It's not a trigger's broom then, at least when we replace some of the panels.
And I've got all the windows are there. You might need the channels for the windows to go in.
Can you get them?
Oh, yeah. Basically, there's nothing you can't get. Except, I think, well, if you got a shell unless you buy one.
Yeah, let's not get into that. Not publicly, anyway.
Everything's possible.
Happy days.
There's a petrol tank in it too. I don't know how good that is. The head seems to be alright. It took off.
Show me.
Yeah. So you had to get, there was water in it and all. And so you have to take it apart. You can't, like, I'd have to take the sump off to see what sludge and all is in the sump.
Yeah.
But otherwise, no. I don't know what the shock's like.
There's probably a lot of it's going to be a case of just seeing how much it is and seeing if it's worth the while putting the work in. If you can get a new one for £10-15, you're not going to spend 2 hours cleaning that one up.
Number of shocks you can buy for that.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be that hard to buy.
Will it be the same as a bike one?
Could well be. You need to see what the rating would be.
Yeah. Sweet. So that's That's basically it until we get some more done. But I suppose the main update here is that we're actually keeping it and that we're going to get stuck into it. So in the next video, chances are, before I get to another one, the frame will be a bit more stripped down and the engine will be a bit more stripped down, and we can just see what we have.
There's a worm gear goes in the steering that pulls us up and down for the steering, and that needs connecting to the other side there. Everything's basically very simple.
Especially when you can work on a frame and just set a body onto it. Well, that's basically it. That's about all we have done. The important thing is just that we are going to work on it now. So stick around for the next update whenever
this engine should be built.
Should be either built or more stripped down, depending on how long it takes to do. So, what do you need to the carb?
Needle clips, but everything else is there. Slide and everything's there. That's the choke and heater control to go inside of that. That's the most complete carburetor
we have.
Yes, probably the cleanest one.
Is that soda coming out of that?
That's been soda blasted. Yeah, so that there probably do this and with this cap, and there's no needle in it. Just needle, spring, clip, and the top lid. To take the cable out.
Yep.
But basically that should be it. Build the carburetor and see what the...
So build one carb out of 3 and one engine out of 3?
Yeah.
Nice.
There's no needle in that either. Probably a needle would have been nice. A needle's about 50, there's more. Soda coming out of it. It's everywhere.
Sure it's soda?
Yeah, soda blasting.
What was this car's previous life? Could have been a drug dealer's car.
No.
They'd never look in the carb, to be fair. Like.
You want me to put that in the line for you?
So thanks for watching this episode. Be sure to give us a subscribe and a like, do the dummy thingy, and check out our web store at 427motorsports.co.uk/store to get some cool merchandise and help support us making the videos. Thanks for watching.